Come in.
Hi, Nina Peckman. What are you working on?
Hi, I'm working on a guide with advocacy tips for parents of children who have disabilities and have an IEP, or for parents whose children are struggling in school.
Okay, and so what's the most important thing they should know?
Well, the most important thing that parents should know are their education rights and their children's education rights. And at ACNJ, we have a basic guide for special education in Spanish and English, and also we have short videos on different topics that parents can look at.
Okay, so everyone should visit acnj.org to find those resources.
For sure. The second most important thing that a parent can do is to understand what services their child are getting in school. If their child has an IEP or a 504 plan, look at it and make sure they understand it. If they don't understand it, or they can speak to an advocate, they can speak to me about, to help them understand why they're getting certain services. The other thing that parents should look at are their child's school evaluations. Review them, and again, sometimes they're very hard to understand. If they have a question, then they should either speak to their school staff, or they can speak to me or another advocate about what's in the evaluations.
What if they don't have access to their records?
Yeah, so parents have a right to all their child's records. They're supposed to get copies of evaluations 10 days before an IEP meeting to review them. And if they have an education plan, like a 504 plan or an IEP, they should be given draft and finalized copies as soon as they're developed. If they don't have them, write to the child's study team and request a copy of their child's IEP and evaluation records.
What are some common concerns that parents have?
Well, common concerns that I hear are, their parents are concerned about lack of progress. Maybe they signed an IEP, but they didn't agree with everything and they don't know what to do about that. Maybe they have concerns about their child's placement. A lot of times parents say they're requesting help from school staff, and school staff are ignoring their requests. If for parents whose children don't currently have an IEP or 504 plan or other education plan, a lot of times they call and they're asking for help. How can they get services? The school has said no, and they don't know what to do about it.
Right, so what else can they do?
Well, so parents always have the right to meetings with school staff. Let's start with kids who have an IEP or a 504 plan. Normally they're annual reviews, but parents can request a meeting in writing at any time. And I suggest parents to usually ask for a meeting 6 or 8 weeks into the new school year, once their child has had a chance to acclimate to the new environment, and teachers and other school staff get to know them, and a quick review meeting to go over the plan, how things are going, and if things aren't going well, to discuss how to change the current plan. And for parents who don't currently have a plan, don't delay. You don't have to take no for an answer. Ask for a child study team meeting, or to discuss child study team evaluations. Ask for a school meeting. If you don't get a response, parents can actually file for due process. That's the complaint process, although to appeal school decisions, although I would suggest you should definitely get a consult with a lawyer, an advocate. Again, parents could always call me before you file for due process.
Right, okay, so they could also email you at advocates@acnj.org.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Glad to be of help.